Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago. Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jearlean says the government is working to correct years of neglect of Saddle Road. Who neglected it for many years now? The PNM people. She was speaking in response to a matter on the adjournment of the House brought by Diego Martin, North East MP, Colm Imbert, taxpert boy. The motion argued that there was a need for the minister to address the unacceptable condition of Saddle Road. Wow, taxpert, you don't realize that? She said the government has already begun looking at the road and that the opposition members should have done repairs when he was in power. Exactly. Simple as that. She noted that despite the members' complaints, works have been ongoing in collaboration with the Water and Sewage Authority. My response: can taxpert tell the population how long Saddle Road has been in this deplorable condition or state? Most of the roads and other infrastructure here in TNT were neglected by the PNM for the past 10 years. And yet all of a sudden they're pretending to care about this issue. What I'm telling you people is hypocrisy on the part of PNM. Do I want the UNC to ensure that they start to repair our roadways and infrastructure in the shortest space of time possible? Yes, I do. And I will continue to hold them accountable. But you see the PNM, it's just total hypocrisy because they were there for 10 years and they did nothing. They neglected everything. Don't go anywhere. More local, regional, and international news up next. Vendors at the Marabella market are pleading with authorities at the San Fernando City Corporation to expand the market's opening hours. Who heads the City Corporation of San Fernando? PNM or UNC? But anyhow, honestly speaking, local government, whether it's UNC or PNM, here in Trinidad and Tobago, it's a waste of time. Even here in San Grande, we're under the UNC, and it's still a total waste of time. Central government UNC is totally different. I don't know why, but it's totally different to local government UNC. Currently, the market operates from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. But vendors say the time is too short, and they are often left with unsold goods. Exactly 1 p.m. People not finishing work until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. How you expect to close the market at 1 p.m.? The earliest they're supposed to close, earliest or / latest, it should be like around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Put security or whatsoever if you need to. How you can expect to close the market at 1 p.m.? Many are asking that the closing time be pushed back to 4 p.m. Look, they're still being reasonable. And even at 4 p.m., a lot of people haven't finished work yet. But still, giving them a better opportunity to sell their produce and reduce losses. And then when people go on the streets to vend, you're taking them off the streets. And on the streets, two things happen when you're on the streets, as long as you're not obstructing the passageway of the pavement. When you're on the streets, you're in an area where even individuals who did not intend to go to the market will see something that they like and they will purchase it. That ensures that your products will most likely be sold. And not everything will be sold, but you will still generate a little more income that way. And also, definitely, the timing, you will have your own choice of what time to go home. If you want to stay until 8, 9 o'clock in the night, you can stay on the streets. When you're in the market, let's see what they're doing here. They're closing by 1 o'clock, man. That's ridiculous.
No door, no sink, no water, watch it, no water in pipes. This is madness. All money, only local thing, man. Right, good boy. Nice, good boy. Customer, you happy? Always. Customer satisfied. What? You ready? What's going on here? I clean up a quick thing. Good afternoon, my name is Prince Dipter. We are at Marabella Market with an urgent situation here right now as we speak. What is going on? The police has directed that the market will be closing promptly at 1 o'clock. Last Sunday and this Sunday, for the past 5 to 8 years, the market was running under normal hours. No fuss, no problem, no headache with the watchman closing the market when the vendors leave. Now, they see it fit that they want the vendors to vacate the market at them at 1 o'clock promptly. So it's impossible, because if you look behind them here, all this produce still at the market. You understand? Vendors stand to lose a lot of money. San Fernando City Corporation. So we pleaded with San Fernando City Corporation that we could get the extended hours, please. But in the past 4 to 5 years, the market was opening till maybe 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We did a petition to the mayor that we need the extra hours. Vendors are here from 2 a.m. to prep, because we have, if you notice, we have one offloading bay there, and mini gates across there to get the goods inside. There'll be a situation. On a Sunday, we have roughly 500 vendors over here. So.
Last week, in fact, I got a call stating that they're going to close the market at 1 o'clock, and it's not usual. Now, so I asked him, I said, well, how come? They said they don't know, that's what they were told. Now, what is happening there, and the problem there was these people had purchased goods already. So they would have had tremendous losses between 1 and, let's say, 4 goods remaining on their hands. Today, I understand that they told them they're going to be pulling the gate 11:45. But you can't be telling them you're going to pull the gate 11:45.
The Communication Workers Union CW has raised concerns about governance and appointments involving National Enterprises Limited NEL and Telecommunication Services of Trinidad and Tobago TSTT. In a statement dated March 16, the union said developments involving the relationship between NEL and TSTT raised questions about governance, transparency, and the perception of independence within state-linked enterprises. The CW said NEL operates within a governance structure connected to several state assets, including its shareholder relationship with TSTT. The union said such arrangements should allow for oversight and accountability in the management of assets connected to the national economy. However, the union said overlapping authority can create concerns about the concentration of influence and the appearance of compromise. The CW referred to the appointment of Colm Das, who serves as chairman of TSTT, to positions connected with NEL. How you can have do two different? I mean, come on. They are correct with having these concerns. The union said such appointments can raise questions about independence and public confidence in decision-making. The union said when individuals hold roles across connected entities, stakeholders may question whether decisions are made in the interest of the enterprise or in the interest of maintaining alignment among related organizations. Bear in mind that this union made it clear that the PNM also was ignoring them while they were in office. So this it doesn't appear to be politically motivated. Kamala Pasabi says, you're the Prime Minister, you can get involved and say, you know what, enough is enough. Let's handle this situation. The Tobago House of Assembly is moving to formalize how sporting bodies receive funding. Secretary for Youth Empowerment and Sport, Keegan Dinoon, says organizations will soon be required to apply at least 3 months in advance of the activities to be considered for funding. Sporting bodies are being urged to get their affairs in order as the process rolls out. As long as they end up receiving the funds, that's what matters the most. If you need to do it in advance, nothing should be wrong about that. Get yourself in order. Regional news up next.
Implementing strict guidelines as to how you can access governmental funding. Organizations would now have to be registered, have their NGO certificate. They would also have to have audited financials, and they would also have to bring the receipts to show that the monies were utilized for the purpose for which they were applied. We are also ensuring that the division is able to assist most of the organizations and spread the limited resources across the plain. And so we would have a minimum of 3 months. So you'd have to apply a minimum of 3 months in advance to access the funding. So that gives us enough time to make the funding available and removes the rush and removes the disappointment that some persons may face when they do not get the access to the funding that they would have requested. Additionally, we are looking to redesign the Land Gordon Sports Fund and are changing the name into the Sports Development Fund. That way, we are able to serve a larger cross-section of the sporting fraternity as well.
For Monday, March 16, 2026, the weather in Trinidad and Tobago is forecast to be mostly sunny and hot, though interrupted by occasional cloudy spells and passing showers. A new batch of Saharan dust is expected to arrive, which may increase discomfort levels and affect air quality. Conditions: partly sunny or cloudy with passing showers. Temperature: highs will reach approximately 29 degrees Celsius 84 degree Fahrenheit, with evening lows around 23 degrees Celsius 74 degree Fahrenheit. Precipitation: there is a 35% to 57% chance of rain, primarily occurring as scattered showers in the morning hours. Wind: expect moderate to fresh breezes from the east at speeds of 13 to 18 miles per hour. Sun and UV: the UV index is high 9, so protection is recommended if you are outdoors during the day. Marine conditions: sea conditions are expected to be moderate to rough, particularly in open waters. Open waters, wave heights near 2.5 meters to 3.0 meters. Sheltered areas, wave heights up to 1.0 meters, occasionally choppy.
Jamaicans saving for retirement stand to benefit from increased diversification and possible higher returns over the long term, following the government announced plans to loosen the investment limits governing private pension funds. Now, this is good. Not imposing new taxes like Andrew Holness wants to do, which is contrary to what he, totally different, totally opposite to what he did for the past 10 years. People voted him back into office because they liked how you were governing the country. And they want to come and impose a whole different style of governance because of this natural disaster. People barely have money right now, but you want to impose more fees and fines and taxes. Well, forget the fees and fines. I hear in Trinidad, but the taxes. Right? It creates additional avenues to enhance portfolio diversification and long-term returns for pension clients, stated Sagico Group Jamaica, the country's largest pension fund manager, in response to financial gleaner queries. And as long as it benefits the people of Jamaica, that is good. But at the end of the day, a lot of people lost their savings as well due to this disaster, because you know why? They had to end up taking it to be able to rebuild their homes. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in Jamaica, tell me yes, you're correct, or no, I'm wrong. Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, pushed back against claims that Guyanese are not benefiting from the country's rapid economic growth. The only people in the very small opposition are talking that nonsense, describing such assertions as a difference between rhetoric and reality. 100% correct. During the BBC World Service Program World Questions, which was recorded in Georgetown earlier last week, the program, chaired by BBC journalist Johnny Demond, brought together a panel that included Singh, opposition member of parliament, Tabitha Sarabo Haley, activist and businesswoman Ayodele Dalgetty Dean, and private sector commission secretary Clinton Erling. No, not Clinton from America. But anyhow, during the discussion, the audience members suggested that despite Guyana's booming oil-driven economy, ordinary citizens were not experiencing meaningful improvements in their daily lives. We want them to give you the oil money directly. Talking like P&M here in Trinidad. Responding to the claim, Dr. Singh rejected the premise, arguing that the data and tangible developments across the country tell a very different story. When the nation itself starts to prosper, people, you don't directly benefit from the money, you know. What it does is cause a more foreign investment to take place, and also local businesses can expand, and a lot of more people will open businesses, and that's what happens. When that happens, and the purchasing power of the middle class is increased, that will also benefit the lower class citizens of the country, because they will receive more employment and probably even better wages. The politician, the official, went on to say, I am in fact happy that Mike, the question that he did and framed it in the way he did, because I think the statement he made or the question he asked provides a very good illustration of the difference between rhetoric and reality, Singh went on to say. The finance minister pointed out that Guyana has experienced unprecedented economic expansion since the discovery and production of offshore oil. And what they have done is use that added revenue to diversify, expand the agricultural sector, develop the tourism sector in Venezuela, and also improve infrastructure throughout the country's bridges and roads being constructed every week, every day, every month in Guyana. Barbados Educational Transformation Minister Chad Blackman has stressed the importance of values-based learning, stating that without it, educational efforts would be unsuccessful. Speaking at the launch of the Kingdom Academy program at the Power in the Blood Assembly Church in Bank Hall on Sunday, he described the program as timely and said it aligns with his ministry's focus on integrating social and emotional learning into the curriculum. The minister also confirmed that starting in September, all secondary students will be mandated to participate in either a uniform-based organization, a civics-based group, or team sport. This could deter them from joining gangs and adopting gang culture. That this is wonderful news.
You know, you hear every day education transformation, education transformation. The name now, the ministry now has a new name. Yes, we're educating our people. We're ensuring that the infrastructure, which is between 50 years old to 200 years old, is now modern. We're training our teachers to be the best in class. We've set a very bold ambition to be the #1 education system in the world within the next 6 years. But you can do all of that, the best grades, the best at everything. And that's why this is so timely. If you don't have a values-based education, it is all for naught. And a number of things you're going to start seeing coming this September in education in Barbados. And one of those things is that for the first time in our history, at the secondary school level, all students must be part of their core curriculum, not extracurricular anymore, integrated fully in their curriculum, be part of either a uniform-based organization, a civics-based organization, or be part of a team sport. Why is that? We're now making sure that you have the values even before they leave school, but at the same time preparing them to lead the world with the values necessary to be able to do so.
International news now. Aerial footage captures the raging, uncontained wildfires across Nebraska, where more than 500,000 acres of land have burned in just a few days' time. Wow, that's a lot of land to be burnt in such a short space of time, especially. A state of emergency has been declared by Governor Jim Pillen, who said he's thankful that President Trump immediately approved FEMA funding to help fight the fires. The challenge is great, but we have the toughness, know-how, and partners to see it through. God is also able to keep his people and deliver them out of this problem in Jesus' name. Airline industry leaders blasted lawmakers Sunday over the effects of the latest government shutdown. Speak to your Democrat partners, people. That's what they need to do, because they are the reasons why the government is still shut down. Warning that federal aviation workers are being left unpaid as air travel demand surges. In an open letter, airline CEOs said air travel has once again become the political football in a shutdown fight, urging Congress to immediately fund the Department of Homeland Security. Once again, speak to your Democrat friends. That's what they need to do. And permanently protect key aviation employees from further pay disruptions. The DHS shutdown, which began February 14, has now stretched on for a month. Don't blame the Republicans for that. Go and talk to your Democrat friends, your far-left radical Democrats. Exiled Iranian Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi said Saturday he is ready to lead Iran's transition as soon as the Islamic Republic falls. The Ayatollah regime is conquered. As the war in Iran entered its third week, Pahlavi, the son of the late Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, said he has been working in recent months to develop a transition plan should the Iranian regime collapse to ensure the country does not experience a disruption in governance. Pahlavi said in a social media post that capable individuals have been identified both inside and outside Iran to lead what he called a transitional system. Hopefully what he means by that is to be there only temporarily until democracy can be fully restored in Iran. The transitional system under my leadership will be ready to assume governance of the country as soon as the Islamic Republic falls and in the shortest time possible establish order, security, freedom, and the conditions for Iran's prosperity and flourishing, he went on to say. Unlike his father, he definitely promotes and embraces Western civilization values and democracy, and this he appears to do so. Now for the interesting facts segment, this touching post is based on a real viral story about an elderly couple whose struggle moved millions online. In Tennessee, a 78-year-old man named Richard Polly was still delivering food orders to help cover living expenses and his wife's medical bills. A woman noticed him on her doorbell camera, carefully delivering her Starbucks order and shared the video online. The clip quickly went viral and touched thousands of hearts. Soon strangers from around the world started donating to support the couple. Within days, a fundraising campaign raised around $500,000 to $600,000, helping them ease financial stress and finally enjoy their retirement. The story shows how compassion and kindness on the internet can truly change lives. Yes, it can be used for good, definitely. It's used for a lot for evil and propaganda and radical sorts of concepts, but definitely in other cases like this one, it's used for good.
Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News Travel Adventures. Zhishuangbanna, located in southern Yunnan, China, is a tropical paradise known as the Chinese Thailand. It boasts lush rainforests, rich Dai ethnic culture, and a warm, year-round climate. Visitors can explore biodiversity in Wild Elephant Valley, visit tropical gardens, experience Dai water splashing festivals, and explore ancient Buddhist temples, making it a top Southeast Asian destination. Enjoy local food heavily influenced by Southeast Asian flavors, characterized by spicy and sour dishes.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.